Is this going to be the Carolina Panthers bounce back game?
Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo! On LCameraTV, make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and whatever else. And guys, don't forget to hit the bell notification, man. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. I upload randomly, so I don't want you guys to miss out. So definitely hit the bell notification, man. When you see the squiggly lines, you know you have been notified. And guys, it's that time again. It's the day before a game day. The Carolina Panthers are going to square off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we got a lot to talk about, man. Obviously, I got to take the tail of the take. The coaches matchup, who's the better coach. You know what I'm saying? Offense and defense matchup. Who I think has a better offense and defense. And what I think the final score of the game is going to be. So we got a lot to talk about, guys. So let's get started. So the first thing I got to talk about are the head coaches. Obviously, Ron Rivera and Dirk Koetter faced off before. Ron Rivera got the best of them, got a W. And this is a divisional game, so it is kind of hard to judge this. But if I'm just going off coaching, I got to go with Ron Rivera because Dirk Koetter, I think he's on his last leg. I think he will get fired this offseason. Remember, guys, the main reason why they promoted Dirk Koetter from, I think he was a quarterback coach before, to head coach and fired Lovie Smith was because they said Dirk Koetter had such a great relationship with Jameis Winston and he was going to help Jameis Winston take it to the next level and all this type of stuff, right? So far, that has not happened. Jameis Winston is still in flux. He's still been doing, crazy stuff, whatever. He's in the lineup. He's starting. He's not starting. Jameis has not panned out the way he thought he would. Ryan Fitzpatrick has, got in, played some games, but obviously he's not a long-term solution. And I think Dirk Koetter's not going to be there in this offseason because he hasn't lived up to the reason why they promoted him over Lovie Smith. And to me personally, I think they just want to get rid of Lovie Smith, which I feel like shouldn't have happened. But, they live with what they live with. You know what I'm saying? As far as Ron Rivera goes, Ron Rivera hasn't been coaching that great recently also. Obviously he had some calls that were, that some people weren't okay with, whatever. Him going for a 2-point conversion instead of kicking a field goal. Now, mind you, extra point I meant, but mind you, obviously Graham Gano did miss an extra point and a field goal, but some people were saying he still should have, put faith in his kicker. And he said he trusts him, but in that situation, you didn't go with him. Some people were questioning that. Some people were questioning when we went 4 on 4th down. Ran the ball with Cam Newton. We didn't get that call, that play or whatever. And some, challenges that he threw that some people thought shouldn't have been challenged. So there's a reason why Ron Rivera is looked at like, all right, he's slipping up recently. Mind you, he's on a 3-game slide. The team has lost the last three games, but I think he's still a better coach than Dirk Koetter. I think he, he's still a pretty good coach. I think he just tried things that, worked for him in the past. That's why he got the name Riverboat Ron, and it hasn't worked recently. But I think if they did work, we'll be having a whole different conversation. So, in my opinion, I still go to Ron Rivera. I still think Ron Rivera is a better coach. But, obviously, he hasn't been coaching great recently. And, I don't think Ron Rivera's on the hot seat like Dirk Koetter is. But, you never know with a new organization. Because David Tipper came in and he said he want to keep Marty Herney and Ron Rivera. But at the end of the day, man, usually when owners come in, they want to bring in their guys. So, especially if Ron Rivera or the team in general keeps losing, that might force him to make a move earlier than later. So, we got to be on the lookout for that. I think Ron Rivera should definitely keep his job. But, David Tipper is not one to, he came from the Pittsburgh organization. I think he wants to see a lot of wins. Obviously, he knows the process, but he came to a team with a franchise quarterback and a good, supporting cast around him. So I think he expects to win early. You know what I'm saying? So as far as that goes, I still think Ron Rivera's a better coach, but I don't think Ron Rivera's on the hot seat, which I think Dirk Koetter is. But I do think, there is going to be some pressure on Ron, but I think Ron will, strives in pressure, especially with his November and December record. He's pretty good, even though this November he played like crap. You know what I'm saying? He lost 3 games in November. But, I think overall, he's pretty good in November and December, so I think he'll bounce back. As far as both teams' offense and defense are going, let's start off with the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers offense has been clicking. Now, regardless of what other people think, whatever, I think the Carolina Panthers offense is playing pretty well. Christian McCaffrey just had like a 200-yard game, 100-yard rushing, 100-yard receiving, 2 touchdowns, you know what I'm saying, 1 receiving, 1 rushing. DJ Moore looking like a number 1 receiver. He's catching everything that's coming his way. You know, he's running pretty good routes. And I think Devin Funchess might be back. He was questionable. He's just that questionable. Torrey Smith, I don't know, but either way, you know what I'm saying, the young guys have been playing really well. You know, not so much Devin Funchess, but DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, and Christian McCaffrey have been playing amazing. Greg Olsen has not been getting balls like that, but he's always a threat. You always got to, you know, be aware of Greg Olsen. So I think the offense is playing pretty well. And I think the offensive line is starting to get it back together, whatever. Cam has not been getting pressured as much, you know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, the offense is clicking. I think the offense is playing pretty well. Cam is playing, you know, amazing, obviously. So for me, I definitely think the offense is playing pretty well. Whereas the Tampa Bay offense, not so much. Tampa Bay, you know, obviously DeSean Jackson is out with a thumb injury. That's a huge hit for their offense. Now, mind you, I think Mike Evans is going to play a lot better this game. I mean, he was basically shut out. I think he had like 1 catch or whatever last game when James Bradbury was guarding him. So we can't say that's going to happen again. You know, that's unlikely type of stuff. I think he'll have a better game. But DeSean Jackson being out is a big, you know, issue for them. He's that vertical threat. He's that guy that, you know, makes the safeties drop back in coverage. Whereas now, you know what I'm saying, they don't really have too much because, like I said, they don't got no really speedster. I mean, they got Chris Godwin, who's probably going to move over. But he's not a speedster in that sense. So I think the offense took a hit. So I had to lean towards the Carolina Panthers offense. Defensive-wise, both teams, I think, defense suck. I'm not going to lie. Both teams are pretty bad defensively. But I think, you know, with the addition, I think Dante Jackson will play. With the addition of Dante Jackson, you guys will be middle of the pack like they, you know, usually are. They're probably going to allow another 20-some points. But I think the Panthers will be able to, the offense will be able to withstand it and get the W. So that's how I feel about that. As far as the Tampa Bay defense, it's not that great, obviously. Especially with Jameis Winston, who's known to throw interceptions. They're going to probably have some quick turnarounds. That's just me being honest. They're probably going to have a lot of quick turnarounds or whatever. And that's not going to help out their defense. So I think the defense is pretty bad already. But I think, you know, it's going to be even worse because Jameis is known to, you know, take some chances, take some shots, and throw some picks. So I think the defense is pretty bad already. But with Jameis turning the ball over and them not getting rest, I think it'll be really bad. So now the moment we all been waiting for, my score, what I think the score is going to come down to. I think the score is going to be 31-27. I think it'll be a pretty close game. You know what I'm saying? Well, 28. I think it'll be like a 3-point game. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's going to be a close one. I don't feel like the defense can really stop anybody. I definitely think they're going to score more than 21 points, Tampa Bay. But I think the Panthers offense will find a way to win it. Hopefully, you know, I'm thinking Graham Renault's going to kick a field goal. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not at the end, but he will kick a field goal at some point, and that'll take him over the hump. So that's how I feel about the game as far as that. I think Christian McCaffrey will have another good game. I think DJ Moore is going to be more targeted than Devin Funchess if he plays. And I think Cam is going to be playing, you know, pretty good like he has been this season. Whereas I think Greg will get some balls. Whereas Tampa Bay, I think Mike Evans is going to have a pretty good game. I think he'll have 100 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns, in my opinion. I think Godwin will get, you know what I'm saying, maybe a TD, you know what I'm saying. And I think Jameis is going to probably throw the losing pick at the end of the game. They're probably going to be able to drive, you know, we're going to be driving down the field. Jameis throw a pick. That's how the game will end. I'm calling Dante Jackson to get the pick. It's between Dante or Eric Reed, but I'm going with Dante Jackson. He comes back, he gets a pick, he seals the game. And that's my prediction, man. That's how I feel about it. That's how I think the game's going to go. Because at the end of the day, man, I think this is a bounce-back game for the Panthers. And if it is not, that's a really bad situation. But I think it will be. I think, you know, even though Tampa Bay, I think it's not, you know, that bad of a team compared to what, you know, obviously teams we lost to weren't horrible. But, you know, I would say Detroit and Tampa Bay are kind of similar. I think we bounce back. I think we got to stop the bleeding sometime. And I think this is the game we do it. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with Shell Code things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, get in the comment section. What do you think the game score is going to be? Who do you think, you know what I'm saying, is going to win the game? Is going to be an offensive, you know, W or a defensive W? Let me know what you know what I'm saying, what you think, whatever. I think, you know, like I said, Dante Jackson is going to get the game-winning pick. Let me know how you feel about that. And do you think Dirk Cutter's going to get fired? Get in the comment section. Let me know about that. Make sure you cop LCameraTV apparel, shirts, hats, mugs, all types of cool stuff. That link is in the description below. Definitely check out the Patreon page. Exclusive content, blooper reels, shout outs, all kinds of cool stuff. That link is also in the description below. Check out my dog Renan Steen's video. His video is going to be at the very end of mine, at the end screen. Very funny dude, very talented. I think you guys really like his stuff. We are going to be collaborating more, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Shout out to Panther family, friends, my Panther related, my football related. Y'all already know what it is. LCameraTV rocking Panther Nation rock LCameraTV. Thank y'all for always showing love, and I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.